Hi there, Taurus and Taurus Rising. Welcome to your Runescope for October 2014 with me. My name is Amanda. I want to wish you a very happy Halloween or Samhain or whatever you may celebrate in October. I do want to also recommend that you watch the video for your rising sign because that can give you some more information about what may be coming down for you in October. Of course, the only way to get a reading only for you and to get some insight on maybe any issues or problems you may be dealing with is to schedule an appointment with me. I do readings on Skype and they are $65 for a 30-minute session. Drop me a line at the email address in this video or below this video if you want to set up an appointment. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I just go right down the line. Sometimes it can take me a few days if there are quite a few people in front of you. Just a heads up. But let's jump into October for my Taurians. See what we got coming up for you guys here. And they want to be very short and to the point here. But I am using also the Vampire Tarot for you guys. Just really getting into the spirit of Halloween here. So, let's see what we got here. Your challenge around for the month of October, Taurus, is kind of breaking out of a rut. With the Hierophant reversed, this card says to me, especially with this rune, there's something about you maybe that you're wanting to change, or about your life that you're wanting to change that's very traditional. For some of you, maybe you're wanting to leave a marriage, because this card upright is the card of contracts, marriages, that kind of thing. You may be wanting to leave, you know, change your circumstances. For some of you, maybe this is, you know, maybe someplace you want to move to that's very exotic or out of the way. It may be a completely different culture, a completely different way of living. You know, maybe this is a trip that you're wanting to take, and your challenge in October is to either make that happen or plan to make that happen. Whatever this shift or change is. Some of you, maybe you're in a very corporate, typical, traditional job, and you want to get out of there. You want to do something, you know, more interesting. Maybe you want a job that requires travel so that you can kind of see the world a little bit more, or kind of, you know, get out and about a little bit more. Some of you may be wanting to just change your lifestyle and live like a hippie commune comes to mind, but, or, you know, living off the land, growing your own vegetables, growing your own food. You may be really, and you are an earth sign, so you may just really be wanting to change your lifestyle, change your direction, change your status. Maybe some of you are wanting to, maybe you're living with someone, you want to get married. Maybe you are dating someone, you want to move that to the next level. So, I mean, or maybe you're married, you want to have children. So, I mean, there are a lot of ways this can work, but change of some kind is going to be your challenge in October. And it's just, maybe for some of you, just figuring out how you're going to do this. Figuring out how you're going to liven up a situation that to you has become a little too stale, a little too traditional, maybe a little too constrictive. But what is also around for you guys is the Devil card, but it's next to the New Beginning card. So some of you may be seduced in October. That can be, you know, or you may do the seducing. Some of you may be the seducers in this scenario. There could be somebody that you meet that is really tempting to you. For some of you, maybe this is temptation. Maybe that's why you're wanting to leave a relationship. Maybe, you know, you're married and you meet someone at a Halloween party and man, are they hot. They really get you going here. The Devil card is the sex, drugs, and rock and roll card. Also a card of temptation, affairs, secrets. Can also be the card of drug addiction. Be careful with that. For those of you who are dealing with that, I mean, it could be that you put a stop to that. You change that. You're wanting to leave that behind you and do a complete rebirth where that is concerned. So you may be doing a cleansing in October. You may be going to rehab. You may be doing something that is, maybe you were in your recovery and you've gotten off track and now you have to get back on track. Some of you may be dealing with those issues, and good luck to you if you are. Very, very hard to deal with that disease of addiction if that's how this is panning out for you. The thing is, though, with this rune is that you're going to be successful. You know, just keep on keeping on and do the best you can do. But for those of you who, you know, who do have that addictive personality, it could be that with this card being the temptation of you're tempted to imbibe, you're tempted to drink, you're tempted to fall off the wagon here. And, you know, it may be very hard for you to resist that. But, you know, ultimately the reward is far outweighs the satisfaction you would have from, you know, imbibing. So just keep that in mind. If you do mess up, if you do slip up, definitely get back on that horse. Get back on that recovery horse. But for those of you who, if this is a relationship, if you're meeting someone, this can be very much with the Devil card, the epitome of the tall, dark, handsome stranger. That mysterious person. You know, it could also be somebody who is a Capricorn, because the devil is ruled by Saturn. So, and you know, Saturn rules Capricorn, so it could be somebody with those attributes, but maybe a Scorpio rising. There's a bit of a devil there. But yeah, definitely tempting you. So those of you who are planning to go to a Halloween party in October, I think you're gonna have a pretty good time. This could also be symbolizing your costume. Maybe you are going as the devil, a lot of you, or maybe your costume is very dark and you know, you're gonna win the costume contest. Those of you who are, you know, if you are tempted, you do kind of make sure you use protection, because this rune is also a fertility rune. It is the rune of new beginnings, but in the sense of also actual pregnancy. So I always warn when I see those runes. Those of you who watch regularly know that I do that. So help that's going to be available to you in October is you're really going to like this kind of mysterious vibe about the month. It all kind of has that quintessential October Halloween-y vibe of just everything's very mysterious and the weather is cooler in the Northern Hemisphere. And there's just a very haunting quality to it. You may like not knowing what's, you know, just kind of going on feeling, because earth signs, you don't normally, I mean, you're in touch with your feelings, but you don't let them kind of guide you. You're more about analytics and logic and thinking things through, but I mean, you may just be a little bit more ooey gooey in October. And I think a lot of it may have to do with this, you know, for some of you, a temptation going on. I think that you're also, what's going to be a help to you is something you have to keep secret, because you know it would be gossiped about. So, because I mean, this is, and people may be advising you against this. You may tell, you know, be careful who you tell, first of all. But yeah, I mean, if you do tell somebody that, oh, you know, I've met this awesome person, and, you know, you may hear warnings about this person. Because again, I mean, they are coming up as the devil card. So, I mean, you know, you may, somebody may be like, oh, are you sure you want to do that? But the help, it is going to be good to kind of go with that. You're going to get something from just the mystery of it and just dreams. You may have very powerful, vivid dreams in October, Taurus. Some of them may be premonitions. And you know, that may be how it comes. But I mean, you are also, just watch out for biased advice, because maybe the advice that you're getting, it's not the truth. So I do, however, feel that if somebody warns you, they are telling the truth. Maybe they have knowledge of this person, but it may kind of poke a bubble in your vibe here. You're still going to get something from this interaction, though, even if it doesn't turn into a relationship, or even if you can't kind of make it a solid long-term thing. What has to be accepted about October is actually with Ten of Pentacles, everything is going very well financially. So you're really, those of you who are looking to bring in more money, if you were looking for ways, maybe a creative project or starting your own business, that's actually well starred in October. Some of you may be running a Halloween store and selling costumes. It just popped into my head, but you know, there may be clothing or costumes in a shop that you are running in October or doing very well. Maybe you've got a haunted house. You know, but you're gonna definitely be raking it in October, Taurus. So good for you. I'm happy to see that, and I know you are too. I know how important money is to you, Earth signs. But there's also this card also just depicts a stable, steady, stable home life that is rewarding. So I mean, even if you're tempted, those of you who are married, I feel like you're gonna be conflicted. Definitely, because you do seem to have a pretty sweet home life. Most of you, not all of you. There are exceptions always. Those of you who don't, this is going to be purely the money card for the month. But normally, yes, this does signify the completion also of a financial project, a completion of a project, a job. Maybe you're a temp and you complete an assignment. You know, maybe you're finally completed the process of opening your business and it started in October. And it's going to be very successful for you. This can also be a proposal for those of you who have been waiting on one. But your challenge may be to accept it because maybe you're not one that goes in, again, for the traditional type of relationship. You want something a little less regimented, a little less with the government involved. You don't want a contract. You just want to live together, you know. Maybe you're not ready for this. But yeah, some of you may get a proposal. For those of you who do, I feel like this is a long-term relationship. You've been in this relationship for a while. Definitely. By the end of October, we do have Mercury retrograde in October. I can't remember if I mentioned that. So if you do have travel planned or a move planned, there may be some sort of delay around that. You may have delayed flights. You know, make sure that you check out the car. This can also be vehicles. Also, if you're buying a new vehicle in October, wouldn't recommend it. Any large ticket item or electronic item, you're more likely to get a lemon when Mercury is retrograde. Now, it does go direct at the end of October, but if I were to buy a car or a new computer or a tablet or any kind of big ticket electronic item, I would probably wait until November. I feel like you need this, like whatever it is, you do need this to get where you're going. I mean, if it is a car, you obviously, maybe your other one died and you've got to, you know, you got to do what you got to do. You know, it's necessary for you to be able to get to work, or to, you know, pursue these goals that you have, and you may just be frustrated a little bit. For the rest, if it's not a car, if it's not an item that you're actually wanting to purchase, it can just be delays. There may be a new beginning that you have been working really, really hard for. Some creative, again, this feels like a creative project, or maybe a relationship that you're wanting to push forward, and it may run into some delays, or you may feel like you may just feel defeated at the end of October with the Chariot reversed. You may feel like you lost that fight, or you just, and I feel like this has to do more with energy levels. At the end of October, you're just going to feel drained because there was so much going on, and really most of it's good, Taurus. So, you know, maybe you defeat your enemies with this. You know, if you're feeling defeated, I feel like it's going to be more just energy levels. Or maybe, you know, the car does die and you're like, oh God, I can't afford a new car right now. You will soon be able to if you can't in October, or November. Because again, I don't recommend buying one in October if you can avoid it. But yeah, something may happen to just kind of deflate you a little bit at the end of the month, and you know, try not to make a huge deal out of it, because I feel like it's just one of those things where, you know, it's in the moment, maybe your emotions are already high, or you're already stressed, and you really kind of make a mountain out of a molehill kind of thing, because things look to be going pretty good for you, Taurus. And when I did want to show you the moon card also, I can't remember if I did, but that was your advice card there. You're going to have a lot of mystery about you as well. A lot of secrets going on in October. Maybe secrets that you're keeping, but somebody else may be keeping a secret from you as well. If so, I think you're going to find out about it. And that may be, for some of you, the final straw to kind of push you into this new beginning, but not without feeling like you've lost something or feeling like you've been cheated or defeated in some way. But I'm not getting it. I think that'll just be for some of you. Most of you, it looks to be pretty good. If there is a relationship that you're getting out of or that's phasing out, it does seem like there's somebody new here ready to come in. But there may just be some more information that you need to know about this person. Like you may need to get to know them a little bit better before you jump into anything more serious. So that is what I'm seeing for October. I do think you're going to have a great Halloween regardless of whatever's going on with the car, relationships, or whatever. I think you're going to have a great time and you're going to have a great costume. And it seems like a lot of you are going darker with your costumes, very dark. But that's what I see, Taurus. I hope that was helpful, and I'll see you back here in November.